Bourbon Barkeep Lounge. My name is Curtis. If you are new here, well, first off, welcome and hello. If you are not new here, thanks for coming back. I still wonder sometimes why you continue to put yourself through this, but I'm happy to have you. Every time you show up, I'm like, there's my guy, or hey, there's my lady, because we don't discriminate, and I'm pretty sure we have at least 2 subs that I think are female. In the lounge, we have a blind battle that takes place. I have no idea what I'm tasting. Hopefully that makes it more fair. Sometimes I don't know what I'm tasting when I do know what the label says. But this case, we strip away any age. I do kind of guess proof sometimes, and we just kind of go from there. So if that intrigues you, stay tuned. And if it doesn't intrigue you, maybe next week's will, or maybe a past one will. So take a look. But either way, while we have this glass open up, like, subscribe. Noah and I are on the absolute journey of trying to get monetized so we can continue to do this and not keep explaining to my wife why I sit in a basement alone, talking to no one. So that would be nice. Just be like, hey, honey, we got $2 this week. Look at me go. Class A, on the nose. Ooh. Bright, seems sweet, a lot of vanilla. The grape bubblicious pops into my mind. And before I pop the grape bubblicious into my mouth, I squeeze the orange peel onto it. Nice. Very vanilla forward, a lot of honey. I can't even give it too dark. Like I feel like caramel is darker than honey, and I don't think I can go there. Just a touch of mint kind of coming up. Overall, very bright nose. Brighter noses, I tend to go a little younger, so we'll see what we're in store for. Cheers. It's not bad. Some would call this refreshing. Orange, vanilla. Somehow it's not a creamsicle, even though orange vanilla is a creamsicle. They seem to be on the opposite sides of the room, kind of like a middle school dance, to where one side over here got a little bit more of the orange candy. So we progress from the peel oil. The other side over here is more of a vanilla. They're not talking to each other. They're just kind of looking at each other, but you can say that they're in the room. Slight oak, sweet oak. The proof, it drinks a little thin to where I would probably give this 90 if I had to guess. Not a lot of burn, not a finish that I can tell at least. I was more worried about the middle school kids in my mouth. Wait, sip 2, it's just enjoyable. It's very sweet, not aggressive. I could definitely see this, like, definitely summer, if not the later spring, kissing summer. It kind of has like a cotton candy to it that I'm kind of here for today. You could tell, I mean, it's definitely not winter with this shirt. So to kind of timestamp it, I'm kind of here for it right now. The cotton candy, the orange, a little bit of cherry on the finish. It's a little thin. Tongue is kind of dry. Overall, I like it though. It's just not bad. Now, where the battle begins, we also have to have a second glass, aka glass 2, aka glass B. I'm ready for it. Whew. That one, much darker. I get like a caramel popcorn. I'm really digging the nose of this glass. The caramel popcorn's there. You could tell me it's fresh pancakes as well. You got just that nice vanilla in there because we do just a touch of vanilla in our pancakes, but with kind of the butter and the sweet kind of bread, pastry. I don't know. What do you call that? The vanilla does seem to be a bit richer to where you can convince me it's also kind of like a creme brulee, and all three of those things I really enjoy in life. So I'm kind of curious what this is and how it tastes. So there we are. Oh, like that. Oh, yeah, that hangs around a bit. Oh, that's nice. That is very mouth coating. Got a nice little, I'm kind of tempted to say kind of a rye spice on the tongue. Kind of get that Pop Rocks effect. Kind of like this brown sugar and toffee. I kind of dig that. That's nice. Boy, do I hope that that's available. As it completely coats the tongue, there's that creme brulee just kind of continues to pop out. There's a really nice dark chocolate to it. A very rich mouthfeel, very oily. Yeah, I'm digging that pour a lot, actually. Curious if the Pop Rock's going to continue. Glass A, very thin, no lingering effect at all. So maybe Glass B, I need to kind of get to know a little bit better. And the best way to do that is to sip it again. So, dang it. Sip 2, a little less of the Pop Rocks, which I do kind of enjoy. It does hang around still. They're just kind of tapered down a little bit. It did develop into more of a pepper. So if you're not familiar with the difference between Pop Rocks on your tongue and black pepper on your tongue, enjoy your Tuesday, because you can do that. If I wanted to poke holes, it's still fine. Coming from Glass A, I do really enjoy it. There's a richness to this one that I would definitely rather have than cotton candy, regardless of season. Yeah, I'm curious what both of those are, because I want both. Glass B has a head up. That doesn't mean that Glass B wins, because at Bourbon Barkeep, regardless, whether it's our Friday episodes or our lounge episodes, we do bang for the buck. Bang for the buck is, hey, this bottle costs $75. Did I get what I paid for? Like, would I pay the 75 again, or is it more of like a 60 or, God forbid, a 40? Or how much more would I pay? Is it above said $75? So there's not an exact science. We just got to go for it. And then we put it into the algorithm, staying fancy, and then that's how we determine a winner. So I'm going to revisit, go back and forth a little bit more, and then give you all a score and see what happens. So stay tuned. On the revisit, the gap grew a bit. I mean, it's just a different tier in Glass B. There's just a richness that I am personally here for. If you like the tasting notes of Glass A more for your ears, do it. I mean, I don't know the price yet, but just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off sometimes, go live a little. Glass A, there's a place for it. Depending on price, this could go pretty poorly. But in terms of just senses alone, so nose, palate, experience, I would say it's 69. Sometimes you're just kind of feeling something different. I don't know how to get out of using innuendos after giving it a 69. But we're just going to go down this path. It is borderline the good stuff. It probably wouldn't score this good if it was really cold outside. So mood will always weigh into senses, I feel like. But right now, I think it's just a really easy, good pour. Bright. The cotton candy was still there. Just a touch of oak, to where I would lean towards maybe a younger whiskey at least. But it was an enjoyable experience, if you will. Glass B, enjoyed that one. I do it was definitely a higher proof. And when I say definitely, kind of sure. Just the oiliness, there was definitely a longer hug. So yeah, I'll stick with definitely. I prefer a little more meat on the bones. So my personal preference would be something hopefully a little higher proof, but the richness, the pancakes, the creme brulee from nose into my belly, I really enjoyed. The tasty notes that I was giving you, I'm really here for in my everyday life as well. So this one's going to score pretty good. I'm going to go like 85 with the caveat of I do wish there was just a little more meat to it in terms of proof, hug, stuff like that. But very oily for probably something that was 110 proof or below. If it's 111, I'd be shocked. There we go. So now, Glass A, a lot of ground to make up on bang for the buck. So when we go into our battle forms, I do know off of our randomizer that had me pick these vials out of a box, 10 box is probably more accurate. It's $139. As I look down, all I know will be price. Glass A, $85. What? That's not going to be good. Glass B, $150. Also not ideal. Not an ideal price point. That proof just really held me back on really both of them. $150 on Glass B? Come on. What are we doing? Okay. All right, so Glass A, $85. I'm going to go $55. I think there's a place for it. I don't want to pay $85. I'm kind of tempted to just do like $50, but we're going to keep it $55. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't bite me. $150. Oh gosh. Why? Why is it that much? I really liked it too. Did I get my $150 worth? That is so high. Damn it. Kind of. I think, all right, before I get the score, I'm going to defend this for a second. So I hand over the $150. I pour it, I score it, and it scores into great. If it wasn't great, I feel like I got gypped, but it was great. I just wish it was a little more proofy. Oh man, I'm going to go 60. I wouldn't back it up at $150, but I'm happy I had tasted it. Ah, damn it. That's frustrating. Okay, here we are. The grand reveal to myself. You all know because it's in the title, because we have to be searched. Once again, not monetized. Not a lot of subs out there. To the current subs, thank you. Every day, I'm happy to see it not go down. The count, the sub count. All right, 139. Oh, yeah, it's Blanton's. I'm not a Blanton's hater. I don't understand the people that like really search for it. And I mean the single barrel. So Glass A, Blanton's single barrel at 93 proof. It drank 93, if not 90. And Blanton's Gold Edition, 103. I think I gave it 110. So that mouth coating was really good. $150. No, damn it. Okay, here we are. So SRP is what I try and put into these forms. Are you finding Blanton's Gold for $150? Probably not. So would I pay $200 or above? No. I mean, it's a great bottle to where I think the bottle alone should cost or get credit for like $10, $15. So like it or not, the marketing, having it on your bar, I think is actually worth some money. But in terms of the juice, that's tough. Once again, I wouldn't back it up by any means. If I was allowed to pick two at some raffle for some reason, I'm not buying two. I am happy to have one. That was kind of better than what I thought it was going to be. So take that for what it is. Blanton single barrel, that's when you start getting into it and you can appreciate a little deeper flavors, that is a really fun bottle to pour your friends that are getting into it because they typically appreciate it a ton. So I like their lives lighting up when I'm able to pour it for them. I also don't miss the 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces that I pour. So there's also that. Oh, where do we go? Plans. Man, that was a tough one. That bang for the buck. That's hard. But we get compliments on it, so thanks for the feedback. We'll keep it. I was tempted to drop it for a bit. So we're keeping it, and you can watch me struggle and sweat and defend myself in the comments sometimes. So enjoy. Thanks for showing up again, and we'll hopefully do this again. Hopefully, if my wife lets me. Keep the lights on.